Langis here, Marine Corps veteran and Vets Disc Golf Club team member. And this is my 2024 In the Bag video. Before I get into it, let me just thank Vets Disc Golf Club for letting me throw for the team this year. I've been playing casual disc golf for a long time. And since I got out of the military 5 years ago, it's been my primary hobby. But throwing for the team this year has really pushed me to get out of my comfort zone, to not just play casual disc golf, but to get out there, throw some real events and real tournaments. And I've just enjoyed it so much. And on top of that, being able to rep Vets Disc Golf Club, to wear our swag, to promote our missions out there with all my fellow disc golfers, it's been just an incredible thing, really one of the highlights of my year. And you know what? It's been fantastic for my own mental health as well, to have a physical hobby out like that I can go do all the time. So thank you so much to Vets Disc Golf Club. So, my 2024 season got off to a bit of a slow start this year. My job actually sent me over to Europe for a couple of months early in the year. So while I got to play in some really cool courses over there, I didn't actually get to start my 2024 season until late spring, early summer. That being said, the bag I have here is the outcome of my season thus far, of all the tournaments, the events that I've played in. So this is actually the exact same bag that I'm bringing to Lynchburg, Virginia this weekend. Because during the World Championships, I'm actually going to play the rated round at the spectator course at Ivy Hill on Sunday morning. So really looking forward to doing that and bringing this bag out there. Now let me show you what's in it. Putters. So starting off the putter list, we have my putting putter, the Nomad from MVP in Electron soft plastic. I've tried a lot of putters over the years, but this putter, for whatever reason, I just love the way it feels, love the way it flies. A nice, reliable path every time I put it out for a putt. So that is my go-to putter. Next, we have the Sensei from Discmania, which used to be my putting putter. So I actually bought a dozen of these off Amazon, and I putt with these for a long time. Even though I've changed to the Nomad, because I had so many of these discs, it is my go-to approach disc. I'm just so used to the way it flies mostly straight, reliable fade at the end. I can do so much with this putter, so love my Sensei. Next we have the Keystone from Latitude 64. Very straight flying putter. I throw this when I want either a perfectly straight shot or even a little turnover, because I can trust this to follow whatever path that I put it on when I approach a basket. I just picked this up recently from Westside Discs, the Harp, and I love this disc. It has a very strong fade. So if I have a short approach, but it needs to fade hard and fast, this disc is perfect. Absolutely love my bag. I can't imagine playing without it now. And then to end the putters, we have two more situational discs here. I have my Koi Elevation, which, as you can see, it's a very floppy disc. If I have some kind of weird approach where I need to land on a hill and don't want to risk a rollaway, I'll throw my Koi up there. And then of course, I have my one-speed glitch. I think everyone should have this disc. I just love it. It's great for warming up with your friends, play catch a little bit, and it just floats forever. So if you have a weird spot, you need a little flick scramble out of something, this glitch can do really new things. We're going to start with my two very straight throwing discs. We have the Big Z Buzz from Discraft, and we have the Innova Champion Mako. Both these discs fly very straight. This one a bit floppier, can turn over a little more, do some unique things. Whereas the Big Z, if the approach is just a little too far for my Sensei putter, I'll put this guy out there. And actually, these are two of the only discs that I've aced with. Actually, just picked up an ace yesterday with my Big Z, so love both these discs. Moving on, we have the EMC Truth from Dynamic Discs. It was actually the disc I got for one of my events earlier this year. It flies real straight and then a pretty good reliable fade at the end. So when I need something that is going to end a little more with that fade over my Mako or my Buzz, I got the EMC Truth. I don't throw forehand. I don't like it. It's unreliable for me. I'm just not a big fan of it. So I really rely on discs that can hold a turn for that backhand turnover shot. And when it comes to my mid-range, I have the Detour and I have the Uplink. Now the Detour is going to give me that turnover flex line, and it's just going to go forever. Phenomenal disc, love the Detour. And I just love these MVP discs in general with the bands on the side of them. I just love the way they feel. Great disc. The Uplink, now this is what I need a disc to turn over and hold that turn and keep that turn. This is gonna replace a lot of those short forehands that other people may throw, because I will turn this over, it'll hold the turn, and it'll finish on that turn. And then finally, and definitely not least, I have my Hex. If I could carry one disc and one disc only, it would probably be the Hex. It has near identical stats as the Buzz, the Big Z, I believe, but this thing soars. I mean, I feel like this is closer to a fairway driver than mid-range. It's going to have a beautiful S-curve every time, great distance. Love the Hex, one of the most versatile and favorite discs in my bag. Finally, we have drivers. Now, I'm not going to split up fairway drivers and drivers in my video, because you know what? Almost every disc I throw could be classified as a fairway driver. One of the things I really learned this year and accepted is that those bigger discs aren't flying better for me. At least not consistently, and I can't trust them. So one thing I really did this year as an MA3 player was realize, hey, I can just disc down. I can throw more reliable discs that I know how they're going to fly, that I can control. And that is what you're going to see here in my driver selection. Now first I have the G-Star T-Bird 3 from Innova, and I have the Discraft Passion. Both of these fly so straight and so clean. They're both 8 speeds. I know it says that the T-Bird 3 here has more fade, but you know what, for me, flies almost dead straight all the way, especially in this awesome floaty G-Star plastic. So these are two of my go-to discs on pretty much any hole on the course. I can throw these and have great success. Speeding up just a little bit, I have a G-Star Thunderbird, also from Innova. This one actually will fade for me. It's got a thicker rim, which makes it a little harder for me to grip with my small hands. But when I want something that's going to fade more reliably, fade quicker, that I don't have to throw so fast, I'm going to turn to my Thunderbird. Alright, so we talked before how I don't have a forehand. So, this disc with the Lost stamp on it is actually an Underworld. And my son got me this for Father's Day this past year as a joke because I always lose my discs. I have never thrown an Underworld before he got me this disc, and I absolutely love the Underworld now. It is a 7-speed, but it has such a reliable turn, and it will hold that turn. I mean, throw it flat, it's going to turn over, it's going to hold it, it's going to go out. It's beautiful. One of my favorite discs in my bag now. My son nailed Father's Day this year. The next two discs we have, two Champion 9 speeds. We have the Firebird and the Sidewinder. Now, I'm not going to throw Champion plastic as far as they are intended to throw, but these discs are specifically for really hard hyzers. The Firebird is so good on a hyzer, and in the Champion plastic, I can spike hyzer this thing accurately all day. One of my favorite discs I've had since I started disc golf. The Sidewinder, on the other hand, is going to give me those turn spike throws where I'm trying to turn it up high and spike it into the ground. The sidewinder is going to do that for me, and that's the only way that I use it personally. But it really helps out my game. And that leads us to really the only distance driver that I technically have in my bag, and that is my G-Star Mamba. You'll notice I really like my G-Star plastic. It glides so well. Especially when you have bad shoulders, bad knees from the military, you can't get all that power and momentum into all of your throws. The G-Star plastic does a lot of the work for you. Now the Mamba is an 11 speed, but one of my favorite discs I've ever thrown. I can put this further on a turn than any other disc I had in my bag. It's so reliable. I love discs that you can throw flat, throw at full power, and they just reliably turn and end up over where a big forehand disc or a big forehand throw would end up. So G-Star Mamba, that is it. My final disc in my 2024 bag. With that, I'm gonna pack up here, get my bag ready to take to Lynchburg this weekend. I will be repping my Vets Disc Golf Club gear Saturday and Sunday at the World Championships. So please, if you see me when we're out spectating together, say hi. And thank you very much.